I'ma tell y'all right now, we are one named free agent signing away from me dragging my big musty balls all across y'all foreheads. I'm for real, y'all. Cowboys fans have been cutting up. They've been arguing with me all offseason long as I continue to tell them this team was moving differently. I heard something different. I saw something different. I expected different results. And lo and behold, look who looks to be more right than not right now. Good old Attack on Cowboys. The Cowboys just signed another pass rusher, and this time they actually damaged one of their division rivals as they signed the Washington Commanders' best pass rusher off of their roster. Let's get right into this and be sure to subscribe for more actual, accurate, non-emotional Dallas Cowboys content. And actually, let me take that part back. It is a little bit emotional, but it's emotional in a good way. It's emotional in a good way. Let's get right into it. Todd Archer reports that confirming via source that Dante Fowler is back with the Cowboys on a one-year deal, spent last year with Washington, putting up 10.5 sacks, and he had 10 sacks in 2022 and 2023 with the Dallas Cowboys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a bona fide good move. I don't care who you are. It's hard to discount 10.5 sacks for $8 million. This effectively replaces DeMarcus Lawrence, and it's giving you a guy that actually has more productivity than a DeMarcus Lawrence at this stage in their careers. If we actually take a look at what Dante Fowler has been able to accomplish, he's 30 years old, so he's slightly younger than DeMarcus Lawrence as well. But if we take a look at what he's been able to accomplish, he only played 50% of Washington Commanders snaps last season. That's something that I think is lost on everyone. Dante Fowler only started 7 games for the Commanders last season. He played all 17. That's another thing. He's a guy that essentially hasn't missed a game since 2021, right? So Dante Fowler, he's going to be healthy. He's going to be available. He's going to play. And he's going to be extremely productive with the snaps given. This is one of those violent, hard-nosed, gritty football players. This is one of those bean and weenies type of dudes I was talking about. But again, only 51.6% of the snaps played for Washington last year. And somehow he had 10.5 sacks off of that, y'all. That is absolutely ridiculous. If you actually take a look at it, Dante Fowler accounted for 17.8% of the Commanders' pressures and 24.3% of their sacks this season, both of which were team highs. This is undoubtedly the Washington Commanders' best pass rusher, someone that followed Dan Quinn to Washington, and now it looks like he's coming his ass right back to Dallas. Welcome home, Dante. Welcome home. This is a guy that's been productive over the course of his whole career, essentially. Dante Fowler has been a productive player. Like they said with the Cowboys, he had 10 sacks totals those 2 seasons. Year before that in Atlanta, 4.5. The year before that, 3. The last year he played with the Rams, he had 11.5 sacks. So this is a guy that's going to consistently get home to the quarterback. He's going to be able to pressure the guys, and he is an impact player. By definition, Dante Fowler is an impact player. He also has really good hands and awareness at that defensive end position, as he did get that pick 6 last season where he intercepted the ball off of a screen and took it to the house. So Dante Fowler, absolutely love this move. I think at this point, those of y'all that are hanging on and trying to keep people angry with y'all, I think at this point, it's time to take a lunch break. Matter of fact, not even a lunch break. Let me go ahead and hand you your pink slip. You're fired. If you're not happy with what the Cowboys doing right now, please, I beg of you, please find another team to root for, because the Dallas Cowboys are not your favorite team. You just have somehow tricked yourself into believing that they are. But if you're continuously walking around acting like the Joneses are not doing anything this offseason, you are full of caca. The Joneses have addressed 3 positions in a way in which makes it to where you do not have to pressure yourself during the draft. You can now legitimately draft best pick available. In fact, I would argue with the remainder of this offseason, there's really only about 3 positions the Cowboys need to really address via free agency. Get a veteran receiver, get a veteran one tech, and then get a veteran cornerback in here that is proven. Get a proven vet, a Jair Alexander type of veteran for that cornerback position. Hell, any of those veteran receivers that are still in the market, whether it be Kupp, Diggs, hell, even Allen. I'm not the biggest fan of Allen. I just really don't trust him. He had the dropsies. He's had a decline in production. Get any of those veteran receivers in here. Hell, bring Brandon Cooks back at this point. And the team is cooking, y'all. The Joneses, we have to call a spade a spade. Y'all know I'm all about accountability. I'm all about keeping it real. And keeping it real, the Joneses have not made me look like a dumbass for those predictions I gave in January. I've been saying since January, we were going to see the Cowboys move. Had any of y'all actually believed me, you would have been enjoying this free agency period just like I am, just waiting on things to happen, knowing that it's going to happen. I told y'all from the beginning, they had to make moves just by virtue of how the roster shook out, by virtue of how the money shook out. And once I saw them do that Dak Prescott restructure, I knew they were going to make some meaningful moves, because otherwise you just eat that cap hit and keep it moving. So Cowboys fans, I pray upon all things holy that this signing right here makes you guys relax. If anything else happens, this is cherry on the pie at this point, because we've effectively addressed our linebacker room. We've effectively addressed our defensive end room, our running back room. Okay, now it's just about adding young guys to those rooms to kind of put it over the top. But we've addressed 3 positions that were huge question marks starting off this offseason. That's a win. And I'm going to say this right now. So far, without anything else happening, this is a B+ type of offseason for me right now. The Cowboys addressed depth, and they actually got some impact players as well, by way of a Dante Fowler Jr., by way of a Miles Sanders. If he is at all what he was in Philly, he is going to be one of the better running backs we've had here in a couple of years now. So they have absolutely addressed some impact positions. They've gotten some proven vets on this team. They got some depth pieces. Now they need to really get 1 or 2 names that the casual fan will be able to recognize. Get a Jair Alexander. Try to get a Cooper Kupp if possible, and I guarantee you won't hear a single Cowboys fan complain about this free agency. And if they do, they're not a Cowboys fan. If you're asking, who am I to have that authority? Motherfucker, I'm AOC. How about them Cowboys?
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still the ball? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Hey! I'm still them boys.